Good evening. Welcome to my first video on mechanical fair value. So this is going to be a series. The series is going to be released all at once. It's going to go into one playlist, just a bunch of short videos. It's going to be all about mechanical fair value, at least the practical side of it. So it's not as sexy as Jerome Powell, Janet Yellen, FOMC, non-farm payroll, the inflation, the housing market, really the economy in general, but it is still a very important topic. Well, at least for this channel, it's going to be a very important topic. It's going to be the basis from which we do our read. So from now on, this is going to be our base, and we're going to base our read based on this stuff. So um, let me pull my notes real quick. So I'm doing this all in one shot, so that's why I have all of my notes in front of me. So this is going to be the theory video. There's going to be a video on how to draw the levels, caveats on how to draw the levels, all that kind of stuff. And then there's going to be a video on how to use the levels, how to use them to measure things, how to do, well, how to do pretty much anything that you would practically need to do as far as that stuff goes. So let's get into it. All right, so mechanical fair value. Why do I call it mechanical fair value? Isn't that a made-up name? Yes, it is. All right. So when ICT started describing fair value, he described it as two concepts. They're actually very closely related as far as how the market works. However, they are very different concepts as far as how they actually deliver price and how they actually affect reading the markets, right? So the first type of fair value, which I call true fair value, that's your big figures, that's your mid figures, okay? So why the big figures and mid figures? So that's because large institutions, they're going to look at those levels. They're not really going to care about anything else about the chart, just those levels. Big figures, mid figures, and they're going to make their decisions based on those levels. Then, what is step 2 to that process? Okay, they're going to hand their orders off to the liquidity provider. Well, actually, no, they're going to hand their orders off to the market maker, and their market maker is going to work their orders into the market. Okay. So the question is, how does this happen? Okay. The way that the orders are executed happens on these algorithmic levels, which I like to call mechanical fair value, right? So they're places where liquidity is mechanically worked into the marketplace, okay? And there's a couple ways that this can happen. Well, actually, there's a couple places that this can happen. Most of them you're not going to be able to see in the chart. So honestly, don't even try. They're not for you. They're not for us. They're for the big club that we're not a part of. However, they do print levels of mechanical fair value. They will print on the monthly chart inside the past 3 completed candles an open, a high, a low, a close, and we can also find a midpoint. All of those levels are sensitive levels of mechanical fair value. They will turn the marketplace. On the weekly chart, we will find the past 4 completed candles, their open, high, low, close, and we can find their midpoint, right? Those are also levels of mechanical fair value. On the daily chart, we will find the past 5 completed candles. We will look at the open, the high, the low, the close, and the midpoint. Okay. So really, as far as this particular video goes, that's about it. The next one's going to be on how to draw the levels. Well, actually, you could take a look at what the levels. These are levels of mechanical fair value. The green ones are the monthly levels. The blue ones are the weekly levels. Well, the blue ones are a weekly level. I'll get into that and how we draw out the levels, and the white ones are the daily levels. So you can go ahead and take a look at that. I picked the hourly chart specifically for you to take a look at because it's a very powerful chart. It's a very cool chart. Um, Very informative. Works very well with the type of read that we're going to be getting in the marketplace. So anyway, study the chart if you would like. You can pause and study the chart, or I'll see you in the next video.